Today's art lesson was inspired by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which is a nonprofit corporation established by Congress in 1967 in order to serve as a steward for federal funding of public broadcasting. If you grew up watching educational programming like Sesame Street and Reading Rainbow, you probably remember the little tag at the end of the episodes that said, "This program was brought to you by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and donations to your PBS station from viewers like you." It's not just educational programming, though. They also provide major funding to news sources like NPR. A 1999 review of 30 years of research showed that children who frequently watched Sesame Street performed better than children who didn't on tests showing word knowledge, math, vocabulary, and school readiness. These children also displayed more pro-social behaviors. And a 2013 meta-analysis of 21 international studies found that children who watched Sesame Street learned literacy, numeracy, about science, and about their own cultures. They concluded that, quote, "Sesame Street is an enduring example of a scalable and effective early childhood intervention." On April 28, 2025, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration after Trump attempted to fire 3 of the 5 members of the CPB's board of directors. And 1 week ago on May 1st, Trump issued an executive order directing the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and all federal agencies to end funding for PBS and NPR. They want to rescind more than $1 billion of funding. This is part of an increasingly concerning attempt by the Trump administration to gain control of the media by shutting down organizations they feel they cannot control. This is at the same time they're pulling grants that have already been awarded from the National Endowment for the Arts and the IMLS. It's an escalation from the already anti-child policies of the Republican Party into full-blown authoritarianism. For our lesson today, we read this book called My Friend LeVar about LeVar Burton. LeVar Burton was the host and executive producer of Reading Rainbow starting in 1983. The show ran for 23 seasons. And he's used this platform to advocate for children's literacy as well as for funding of public broadcasting like he did when he testified in front of the House Appropriations Committee.
Public television has no commercials on it. Now, I make my living in both commercial and public TVs, and don't get me wrong, commercial television has been very, very good to me. But make no mistake about it, commercial television cannot, does not, and will not do what public TV does, especially and specifically where our children are concerned. Public television doesn't try and sell our kids anything. Public television is the only place in this expanding information superhighway, this multi-channel universe, where we can be assured as parents that our children can be exposed to their numbers and to their ABCs without someone trying to sell something to them. It's the only place where parents can rest assured that our children can go and discover the joys of reading and the magic of science and its important application in our everyday lives, where they can be introduced to values like kindness and truthfulness and the importance of respect for all life and all living things.